dude. Yeah! Good dude. Yo, today we're hanging out at Gym 365 in Winston-Salem. Coach Travis Smash. I'm Anders Varner, and what we're going to be going over today is lateral raises. So typically we're just going to add these in. This is one of the most standard shoulder, back day exercises to kind of finish your workout off. We just got done doing a whole bunch of video and filming, and we've been here training for like 2 hours, and we still got a little bit to get after it. So Travis is going to be doing a variation that some of you have probably seen from China, Liu Zhao Zhang.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jun.
Who knows?
Who knows? And I'm going to be doing a little bit more of your standard
bodybuilding, American bodybuilding.
Yeah, so when you think about kind of like just movement execution, what are you looking for in seeing some of your athletes and why you would program these?
Is like, you don't want to be swinging. If you're going so heavy, you're bending to get your range of motion. That's too heavy. And I would add this too for weightlifters. I had this towards the end of a training cycle. Like we're about to compete next week, and so they're doing these very movements now because there's very little muscle damage. There's a lot of metabolic stress, so there's still hypertrophy. You're going to get a pump, so their shoulders are staying strong and stable. But it's easy to recover from, so it's not taken away from a snatch or a jerk right now.
Yeah, I think one of the things, like talking specifically about that, like I think it's really easy to get really so hung up in like, well, what does this exact exercise do, and what specific muscles is it working, and what's the perfect rep range? And the idea of really growing muscle is just about time under tension and load, right, and the volume that you're able to put in and then recover from the next day.
Right.
And one of exercises like this that you're putting in, kind of like adding in, yes, you're going to be getting some upper back. Yes, you're going to be getting some shoulder. There's going to be some
trap, maybe.
Yeah, some posterior delt, and awesome. But what you're really trying to do is just add as much volume as you can to your training sessions that you can then recover from. Yes. And these exercises are phenomenal. Additionally, like just working on range of motion in your shoulders, super healthy, because all day long we sit like this. People are driving in cars, and everything that's wrong with American culture as far as like why people have bad posture. And what they really need to work on many times is just getting low and mid trap engaged, getting their shoulders in a good position, and then being able to move weights while their shoulders are stabilized and in a good position. And these are going to be two of the best variations of lateral raises that you can come by. So these are going to be the standard ones. The thing that what I like to think about, and when I'm watching people move, if you think about just holding your arms out to the side, everybody can agree that this is a good position. So the only thing that we're really thinking about is how do I hinge at the hip a little bit and make this my finished position. If I start to see shoulders rolling here, I know that we're not doing it right. If I'm able to keep a good back position with a slight hinge, and then all of a sudden we're just bringing them together. If you want to bring it a little bit lower, that's awesome as well. But really just focusing on keeping that arm position in the exact same manner that it would be if we were standing. And then, as always, pulling those shoulder blades back and putting the weights exactly where you want them. Sick pumps!
And this is more of a full range of motion, like you would say, as Anders said, Liu Zhao or however you say his name. So, but it's good because it's going to take it through. The hardest position is straight out, which is what he's talking about. But for weightlifters, they go above their head. So this is a really good one to get that complete range of motion. So you just go up. Notice I don't lean back. I'm trying to finish with a good posture as if I were doing a snatch or a jerk, which 180 degrees or 185 is the most you ever need as far as degrees of flexion. Does anybody hear my shoulders?
Those are crack.
Yeah. That's old man Papa. See how I control it on the way down. I don't swing. I stay controlled. Some people would swing there. Then that's not you doing the movement. We did these at Appalachian State. Shout out Coach Mike Kent. If he ever watches the show, it'd be awesome. All right. So I love these. Man, a massive pump.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to walk out of here today just twice the size.
I might just start bodybuilding today.
Yeah. I think this is another exercise, too, that we really just want to focus on getting as many quality reps as possible. The actual weight doesn't matter. What I see a lot of times when we go into gyms is someone is trying to be super awesome, ego gets in the way, and then you start to see this like thing where they're like throwing it up with their back, they're like bringing their glutes into it, and then they do this like big like throw their head forward. And if we can slowly control and just bring those shoulder blades together, you're gonna have a lot more success and have much better shoulder position over time.
And a lot less risk of injury. You should start bodybuilding. I'd like to see you take lots of gear, get up to about 250. That'd be crazy. 250-pound rip, Anders.
Nothing more fun than just coming in and getting a sick pump over 2 hours in the gym.
I think a good, just a word of advice maybe is sticking to like a 1 IR, 1 rep in reserve. So maybe not going to complete failure, except maybe on the last set. You know, that way you can get maximal volume. And like I said, you can recover easily from this. So you can go right back to work tomorrow, which I will. I'll be working out tomorrow. Definitely, if you're a weightlifter watching this, or someone who likes to, or any of our 1-ton challenge people, this is a great movement for you. I love the 1-ton challenge people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some really good results.
That girl Lauren from Canada.
Yeah.
She is.
I'm burning. Oh.
I like this variation too because it forces you to maintain that tight midline.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to overextend and forcing those ribs down, keeping your belly tight. Last one. The other thing that you start to see a lot is when people have overactive traps, if they can't stabilize their scapula and get their shoulders back and down, you'll start to see that initial movement be up and then they go to lift instead of down and being able to pull their shoulder blades together. So if you struggle with this, the cue is going to be, shoulder blades back and down and try to move nothing except your shoulder blades and let them come together and fall apart. Nothing should be up and down in your traps.
Anders is going to be flexing for the wife tonight, for sure.
Yeah, bringing home a portrait for her.
Yeah. Oh, you're for sure getting lucky tonight. Can we say that on here?
Yeah. This is what the real coaching, training together. This is what the normal training session looks like.
You gotta have fun, man.
Yeah.
Shoot. And we were both talking about our wives, so you're allowed to have sex if you're married, right? Shoot. Lots of it, I hope. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I still work out. It's like,
Possibly the only reason.
Yeah. I have a young wife, so I'm still trying to impress.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh my God, I'm on absolute fire, boy.
I love those. Right on. So that's a wrap for today. Make sure we get these in, whether it's a shoulder day, a back day, somewhere in that 8, 10, 12, maybe 15 reps, but really focusing on shoulders back and down, keeping your scapula in a good position, rib cage stays down, and we're just putting the weights that are light enough. We should be able to control them and put them wherever we want, and having really good shoulder motion.
Good. It's really, these are pretty, just like I said, they're really good for getting metabolic stress. If you're an athlete or, trying to peak for something, these are great exercises to add in those last 4 weeks before you compete, which is what my entire team is doing right now because they're about to compete.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week.